What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We got some big news to share with you all. I had another idea for the stream, but I saw some breaking news when I woke up, and I was like, you know what? Let's scrap it, and let's specifically talk about the transfer portal, because the transfer portal is heating up pretty nicely. All right, it's heating up pretty nicely. What is up, guys? Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Again, happy Tuesday. I see y'all in the chat. What's up? Thank you, Kentucky Rick, for welcoming all the people in the building. Appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. Okay. Yeah, we gonna start right off with the big news that just broke as of this morning. And it is that Olivia freaking Miles is on her way to TCU. All right, she's on her way to TCU. Why exactly On3 has her listed as a shooting guard, I don't actually know. But anyway, Olivia Miles, the player who, in my opinion, really was the number one transfer out there, has finally declared where she wants to go. Now we know. Now we finally know for Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles played her entire career with Notre Dame as of this point. And she was someone who many projected to be a number 2 or number 3 draft pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. But she shocked everybody by saying, you know what? Actually, I don't want to go to the WNBA right now. I don't want to go to the WNBA right now. I'm going to stay in college. And she surprised us again by saying, not only do I want to stay in college another year and forego the WNBA, I also want to leave Notre Dame. And that left a lot of things spiraling. It was like, OMG, this is someone who had dealt with a lot of injuries. She was back this past season, and she's 5'10", and she was doing her thing. She was someone who was scoring a boatload of points, 15.4 points a game, 5.6 rebounds a game, 5.8 assists a game this season. And this is someone who, before, we knew Olivia Miles primarily as a fantastic point guard, right? Someone who could pass the ball, someone who could make some stuff happen on that front. But this year, she showed us that she can knock down the 3-ball as well. And that was huge for this squad in Notre Dame. And now that era of Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo is officially over, as Olivia Miles has decided to go to TCU. And what makes it even funner is this is the same TCU team that took Notre Dame out of the tournament. Okay? This is that same TCU team. And, a lot of people were talking about, Olivia Miles is going to go to TCU. And, I thought there was a good chance, but I was wondering, okay, well, what's going to actually happen on this front? And yes, the same exact TCU squad that beat Notre Dame 71-62 in the final in the Sweet 16. They beat them in the Sweet 16 to knock Notre Dame out. And Olivia Miles has decided to join that squad. I saw it in the chat. Tulip says she did a KD, can't beat him, join him. She did. She has decided to go to the team that beat her. Okay. But this is going to be a very different team next year for TCU. All right. Now this is her final year in college. She is a grad transfer. She spent 4 years at Notre Dame, and she started, 95 of 101 games that she actually played in. Because remember, she missed a long time due to injury, and she was someone who was very, very well known at Notre Dame, right? And now she is on her way out. All right, this is someone who took all year last year. not this past season, but the season before that, to rehab, to get better. Because remember, she ended up getting hurt. And over that time that she was out, she worked on her three-point shooting. She was 40.6% from the three this year. And if you all remember how not so great she was before her injury, it really does tell the picture a whole lot for Olivia Miles. And she has made her decision. Now, this is the third time straight that TCU's head coach, Mark Campbell, has landed a high-profile transfer. Mark Campbell is the king of the transfer portal. He is. And since he has been there, he has taken TCU from a team that was 1 of 17 in Big 12 play to a team that made it to the Elite Eight. I'm just saying. Like, this is someone who brought in Sedona, Haley, and Madison. So if you don't, last names, Madison Connor, Sedona Prince, Haley Van Lith. These were the 3 critical players for this team, for TCU. And Mark Campbell brought them all through the transfer portal. And he created an atmosphere where they all felt like they could do their best work. Like, Haley Van Lith has been praising Mark Campbell and the coaching staff at TCU all season. And we saw what huge of a difference TCU made on Haley Van Lith's game. Also, the fact that she played 3x3 in the Olympics also, I think, was a huge help in that as well. That does not get enough attention. But anyway, what has been established is what TCU can do in the transfer portal and their ability to get players who are almost on their way out of college. That's what they are doing. And when I look at TCU, I see this team as a team that is continuing to build. And don't expect this to be the only, like, the main signing that TCU has. Now, yes, in my opinion, Olivia Miles was the number 1 transfer, in my opinion. Right? She was the number 1 transfer in the market, and TCU got her. And Mark Campbell's not done. Because remember, TCU just lost a whole lot of talent. Right? Haley is gone. Haley Van Lith, she's out of eligibility. Sedona Prince is gone. So they're rebuilding and retooling. And every single year, we will see TCU likely get big names in the transfer portal. So, yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. So Olivia Miles has decided to not go to the WNBA just yet, to not stay at Notre Dame, and instead go to TCU, just showing that she believes in what Mark Campbell is doing, right? She believes that Mark Campbell and his staff is going to be able to help her to get where she wants to go, right? So she is now joining the Purple, the Horned Frogs, the team that just beat her in the Sweet 16. She is now going there. It's definitely a big deal. It's definitely a big deal. Also, she is not going alone. Just so you all know, if y'all didn't hear, I think it was a couple days ago that we found out that Clara Silva, who was at Kentucky, she transferred to TCU as well. And so right now, those two are the big players at TCU at this point. All right. And now we'll see ultimately who else they're able to get, because Mark Campbell is building a reputation of assembling powerhouse rosters through the portal, not through freshmen. That there's zero interest there's zero interest in freshmen. The goal is to get elite players who want a second opportunity. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening. We'll see, because it really looks right now that TCU is about to make another deep postseason run. I'm just saying. I am just Just saying. Let's get to some of y'all comments, and then we'll move on to some of the other transfer portal news that has happened. Again, guys, if y'all are just joining me, the news is that Olivia Miles has said she is going. Well, Olivia Miles is going to TCU. Okay? She's joining the team that just beat her. She's pulling a Kevin Durant. And yeah. All right. Let's see what y'all have to say. Rover says he's not the king of the portal teams, just throwing money, and TCU is one of them. Doesn't that make him the king of the portal? The name of the game in the portal, in a lot of ways, is throwing money at players. And TCU got the money, and they're throwing it at... They have the money, and they have the guy. Because I don't think it was just money. Now, yes, I'm sure they're throwing a lot of money at Olivia Miles. I'm sure they are. But I don't think it's actually just money. All right. Thank DW says, not Haley Van Lith giving TCU major motion. Nobody was thinking about this program until Haley came and revived it. DW, I would disagree with that. Now, maybe for like the masses thinking about TCU, but I'm going to tell you, TCU, even the year before the year before this year when Haley Van Lith decided to go to TCU, Mark Campbell came to the program, and he and then Sedona Prince followed him, and then he had he recruited Jaden Owen. So it was both Sedona Prince and Jaden Owens who came to TCU in like 2023 in the 2023-2024 season, and TCU was making a lot of noise. They were winning a lot of games in that season, but then Jaden Owens, she ended up injuring herself. Like, she ended up getting a season-ending injury. I don't remember exactly what happened to her, but she was out for the remainder of the season, and then TCU kind of lost some of the national spotlight, I would say, because TCU went on like this huge winning run in the 2023-2024 season, and it made some people be like, okay, what is this team doing? You know what I'm saying? But then they got injured, and then they had more players get injured, and more players get injured, and then it was over from there. Right? So like I do agree that that having this team, having Haley Van Lith has increased the visibility of this squad, but I think this I don't know. I think they were getting a lot of like momentum in Mark Campbell's first year, which was 2023-2024, when they brought in Jaden Owens, Sedona Prince, Madison Connor was doing her thing, and they were winning a lot of games until the injury bug hit them, and then that was kind of over from there. So I'm just saying. But the masses, absolutely for the masses. All right. Let's see what you all have to say. Rico says, this lame. She really pulled a Kevin Durant. Technically, but it's not quite the same thing. Because Kevin Durant, he lost to the Golden State Warriors and then basically joined the same exact team that he lost to. Now, yes, Olivia Miles is joining TCU, who just beat Notre Dame. However, the difference between Olivia and Kevin Durant is that when Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors, they were the same exact team. They still had Clay. They still had Steph. They still had You know, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. Oh my goodness, the one that ultimately got Kevin Durant to leave. Anyway, they still had their top players, and then Kevin Durant went there, right? This is slightly different because this team has been dramatically changed because of graduation, right? Yes, we saw TCU beat Notre Dame. However, when I think about that game, and you think about like who did what and all that jazz, the big players who were doing their thing, they're gone. So it's not. I don't think it's the same exact thing. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Because like in that game we saw, Haley drop 26. We saw Madison Connor drop 13. We saw Sedona Prince drop 21. I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference. Because at least Haley and Sedona will not be there next year. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what y'all have to say. Valerie is wishing Olivia Miles the best. Yeah. Toya says her stock went down. I don't understand. She passed on the W. Would have been number 2 for TCU. I think she doesn't want to play after this year. Oh, okay. So Toya doesn't. Okay, well, Toya, I think that not every player. Like, here's the deal. Olivia Miles, would have been a number 2 or number 3 pick in this year's WNBA draft. However, maybe she has certain stuff that she really wants to work on in college, and she's worried about, being exposed in the WNBA on it. And so maybe she's like, you know what? Let me stay another year. The WNBA is going to add 2 more teams in 2026. They're also going to have a new CBA, so I'm going to get more money. So more opportunities, more money, and I get to work on something that I really need to work on, which I would argue is defense. And also, it's as Luis says, probably the big thing is about the money. Yes, NIL money turns into regular endorsements when you leave the WNBA. When you leave for the WNBA. However, the new CBA, I think, is on a lot of players' minds. And how if you just waited another year, you're likely to get way more money as a incoming rookie in the WNBA for your base salary. So, hey. All right. Bear says TCU still doesn't have the experience and hoopers yet to put alongside Olivia. Yeah, they don't have it yet, and they're working on it. I'm sure Mark Campbell's working it, and I'm sure that Olivia Miles would not decide to go to TCU if she didn't have assurances from them that they getting other hoopers, because you just lost a bunch. And so, yeah, I think they'll get some more players for sure. And also just remember that Clara Silva is now with TCU as well. Of course, nowhere near, in my opinion, where Sedona was and whatnot. But still a really good transfer to just add in the mix, and then we'll likely see 4 or 5 more transfers go to TCU in the next probably couple days. All right, next bit of news is related to Kate Koval. So, guys, Kate Koval had already decided that she was going to leave Notre Dame. This is one of the huge changes that Notre Dame has been making. They've been bleeding players in a lot of ways. They have been bleeding players, Notre Dame. And now, 6'5" forward, Kate Koval is now going to LSU. Now, guys, Kate Koval was a huge recruit in this past year's class. And as a freshman, she played a decent amount of minutes, right? Averaged around 5.3 points a game, 4.7 rebounds a game, had about 1.7 blocks and about 18 minutes per game. She chose to transfer, and now she is headed to LSU for her sophomore year. A fun thing to note is that Kim Mulkey really wanted Kate Koval. Like, really, as a freshman, as an incoming freshman, Kim Mulkey was heavily recruiting Kate Koval. And Kate Koval even had a visit to LSU. She even had a visit to LSU. But ultimately, when it came down to it, she decided to pick Notre Dame over LSU. Now, sometimes when we see players get heavily recruited and then they choose another from various schools, they choose another school. Sometimes if at that school you chose, sometimes you're looking like, this situation isn't exactly what I wanted. Maybe I should run it back to to Kim Mulkey, who was recruiting me before. Maybe I should run it back. Kim, what's up? And Kim was clearly like, yes, we definitely want you back. We definitely want you back. So Kate Koval is going to a place that wanted her originally, in LSU. Now, this is a big get, in my opinion, for LSU because they need size, right? This is a team that really does need size, and getting a 6'5" player is huge because you're losing Anissa Morrow because she graduated, she go on to the W. You lost Samaya Smith, who is transferring from the team, and Kate Koval is in a really good position to just boom, step right in, step right up, and make an impact. Okay, she will go in and make an impact, and here's the deal. Similar to other teams, LSU is another team that is trying to figure out what exactly their future looks like. They are trying to reload. They lost a lot of players, right? Last year, Poa is gone. Aaliyah Del Rosario is gone as well. And so Kate Koval is going to bring, someone who can be pretty physical down low, right? She's going to be very physical. Also, she does have 3 more years in college. And so I think that is huge. You already have Jersey Wolfenbarger still with the team for LSU. Having adding a player like a Kate Koval, I think is a great get. I think it's a really, really great get. And I think she really can be a sort of foundational piece. Now, I really do think this next season, I do think she's going to spend the next 3 seasons at LSU. I do. And I think that this season coming up will be a huge sort of leveling up opportunity for what Kate Koval can do. Because she has a lot of potential. She has a whole lot of potential. All right. Let's see what y'all have to say. Danny is saying great pick up from the portal for LSU. Yep. Jersey does have to get tougher. I agree with that. Yep. Marcia says, watch Kim prove me wrong, but I worry about LSU and the never-ending door of transfers year after year. Would love for Flau'jae to come to UConn. Well, Marcia, I mean, LSU has proven that transfers work. Remember, the most crucial players for their championship squad came from the transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, the portal helps a lot of stuff, and maybe eventually LSU will become a lot more like TCU, where they're not looking to get the number one freshman class, because the number one freshman class doesn't matter. Can you get the number one transfers? Because transfers have more experience, more willing to just do what they need to do. Less hand holding in a lot of ways. Like, and so maybe we'll just see her just stay with the transfer portal. We'll see. But like the whole hype around the number one freshman class and all this stuff, I think that is dying. I think the transfer portal is in a lot of ways really, really, really hurting incoming freshmen. I really do think it's hurting them. And maybe I'll make a separate stream about it, because I kind of want to dive into that, because it's a real thing that we have not. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And I don't think we will fully see it until 3 years down the road, where incoming players are like, well, there's no recruiters coming to my games and whatnot. Like, you'll see like the top 5 players, but other than that, I don't see it being that big of a thing for colleges to recruit incoming freshmen. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it feels less and less like a desire for certain teams, because really the goal is the transfer portal. All right. All right, let's see what y'all have to say. Joe says, I'm good with Aaliyah and last tier going. Okay. Thank you so much, Gwen, for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. Kifa says, anyone leaving South Carolina, Edwards and Tessa need to be the foundation. Full Wiley if she is more structured. As of right now, no. I haven't heard anything. Have y'all? I haven't heard anything about the transfer portal and South Carolina. But in the post game presser for the championship game, Don Staley did hint at them really doing some deep dives in that transfer portal. So I think we can guarantee that some players will be coming in from the transfer portal. Will they could be coming out? I don't know. That's a different thing. That is a different thing. BU says, so Buddy from TCU is a better coach than Niele Ivey, ? I find that hard to believe. Well, he did outcoach Niele in the Sweet 16. And he has, in the short time that he's been at TCU, garnered a reputation of being a big players coach that people seem to love. Now, Niele Ivey's a players coach too, and like you've seen some of the letters that players who are leaving have left, and they said that how much they loved. Some of them said how much they love Niele Ivey. So like I don't think it's like a. In a lot of ways, it's not all about who is the better coach. It's also about what coaching style is the better fit for me, and who else is on the roster, and how do I fit in on that? And so, she made the decision to leave. And I think that's fine. Hey, players have the autonomy to do whatever they want. She thinks it's a better fit. We'll see. We'll see about that next year, right? We'll all see. But I actually do think it's a good fit though. I do. All right. Let's move on and let's talk about another LSU player who has left, and this is related to Aaliyah Del Rosario. So LSU is losing sophomore center Aaliyah Del Rosario to the transfer portal. A fun fact for you. Actually, let me get her height. I did not grab her height. All right, Aaliyah Del Rosario is 6'6", from the Dominican Republic, and she is leaving LSU as a sophomore to go somewhere else. And this is, I believe, news broke about this yesterday, I believe, or at least that's when I saw it, was yesterday. And you all know that Aaliyah Del Rosario was a part of a very highly touted recruiting class for LSU in 2023. This was a big class, right? They have the number one freshman class, and at this point, pretty much everybody is gone from that freshman class. Aaliyah Del Rosario had a lot of minutes in her freshman year. That's the year, she had a lot of minutes in her freshman year in 2023, or 2023, 2024, and that was because Samaya Smith got hurt, right? So Aaliyah Del Rosario, who wasn't expected to play a whole bunch of minutes as a freshman, she played in 37 games. She played a lot of minutes in that year because of Samaya Smith's injury, right? As a freshman, Aaliyah averaged 11.2 minutes a game, 4.7 points a game, 3.5 rebounds a game. And then we go to this past year, and we saw Samaya Smith back healthy. Samaya Smith was back. LSU added in Jersey Wolfenbarger, and the minutes that Aaliyah Del Rosario had dropped significantly. She went from 11.2 minutes a game to just 6.4 minutes a game on average. She averaged 2 points a game, averaged 2 rebounds a game. And she's like, you know what? I got to go. I have to go. And so Aaliyah Del Rosario is now the third player to leave from the 2023 class for LSU. Janae Kent left last year to go to Texas A&M. Angelica Velez left last year to go to Syracuse. Now we see Michaela Williams as the last player in that 2023 freshman class to stay at LSU. And so we'll see. We will absolutely see. LSU has some pretty good incoming players as freshmen coming in for 2025. They also, as I just said, got Kate Koval coming in as well as a transfer. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for LSU. This is a squad that's trying to get back to the Final Four, right? They're trying to get back to the Final Four. They're trying to get back to another championship, and they're gonna likely use the portal to really help with that. And I don't think losing a player like Aaliyah Del Rosario is that big of a loss at all. I think there was, at least on my part, there was some expectation that we would see. Like I thought Aaliyah Del Rosario had a really good freshman year, like considering all the stuff. And it just felt like as this year went, she just kind of took a back seat, and Jersey Wolfenbarger took her minutes. And hey, so she has to go somewhere else and find another place where she can where she can make some stuff happen. So yeah. So she'll go somewhere else. Maybe she stays in the SEC, but she'll go to a lesser team. I would say a team that is not in national title contention, and she'll work from there. Right? She still has 2 more years in college. Like she is a sophomore, so going into her junior year, I do think that she's gonna grow and get better for sure. For sure. All right. Okay, there's a whole random I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the chat. There's a whole random conversation about Don. Why? I don't understand. What does any of this have to do with Don? We're literally not even talking about South Carolina. Why are we talking about South Carolina? Okay, anyway. That's the news, guys. That is the news I just wanted to share with you all. To recap, we got the breaking news as of this morning, as of just a couple of hours ago, that Olivia Miles is headed to TCU to play for Mark Campbell, a coach that a lot of people wanted to play for, including Te-Hina Paopao. Te-Hina Paopao was considering going to TCU. She was considering going to TCU before she ended up deciding to go to South Carolina. So I'm just saying, this man has he is making some stuff happen. Okay, he is making a whole bunch of stuff happen. Lynette says, I'm mad Samaya Smith is leaving LSU. Well, yeah, we'll see where she goes. We will see where she goes. That's for sure. Oh, thanks for rocking with me, T. Garrett. Thanks for rocking with me. Yeah, I was actually supposed to talk about the draft today. But then I woke up, as I do, went on Twitter, and then I saw Talia Goodman's tweet about Notre Dame's Olivia Miles going to TCU, and I was like, well, that's my stream for the day. We talking about the transfer portal today. And that's why I really, really like doing Quita in the mornings, because it gives me an opportunity to be really, really nimble and in a way a bit more reactionary to like what specifically is happening on that particular day. I kind of have stuff I want to talk about generally, but I kind of keep it loose just in case I need to change some stuff around depending on what is happening in the news. So yeah, that is the news. You are getting the latest and greatest news about the transfer portal. We'll ultimately see how everything kind of continues from here. There are some other updates I want to share with you all real quick. Some other updates when it comes to the transfer portal. We have Kayomi McMiller deciding between a various amount of schools, including Tennessee, Auburn, Houston, St. John's, USF, and Florida. And we also have potentially another player possibly going to TCU. Cal transfer Marta Soares is going to figure out where she wants to go. She's deciding, according to Leah Goodman of On3, Marta is deciding between TCU, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and North Carolina. And we saw Savannah Scott commit to UCF. Lots of news that's happening. But guys, if you want to know what's going on in the transfer portal and you want like the up to the minute news of what's happening, make sure y'all go over, follow Talia Goodman on Twitter, and also guys, follow On3 because I think they do a good job. Like literally, I'm paying for On3 to be able to read all their articles, because it's one of those things when you have to like be up on all the stuff that's happening, you have to like be able to read everything that comes out. And after so much reading that you do, like there's some stuff that's like not available. You have to have a subscription, or like you read like 5 articles and now you have to pay going forward, and then now I have to pay. Like I'm subscribed to so much stuff. Like it's actually ridiculous. I think I probably need to do like an inventory of all of the websites I am subscribed to and I am paying for, just to be able to know exactly what's happening with all the detail possible. So yeah, I tell you, it's a boatload of money. But thanks to you guys for rocking with the channel, I can deal with it. All right. Let's see what you all have to say. Holistic AF says, Quita, what's up with the Unrivaled League jersey scandal? How they faked like all the jerseys sold out so fast when there were just a few jerseys in the first place. What's up with that? What scandal? I don't. Are people making this into a scandal? Because it's not. So Unrivaled, what was it, a couple days ago? They announced that, or was it last week? I think it was last week. They announced that they were going to have year one authentic jerseys on sale to the public. And they said that it was going to be a very, very, very limited inventory. They said it was going to be a very limited quantity of jerseys, and they said it would not be restocked. They said that before they put the jerseys on sale. All right? So they announced that a couple days before, and then, they announced it a day before, and then I'm looking it up right now, and then on April the 3rd, the jerseys were on sale. Some certain jerseys sold like that because it wasn't that many of them. They never told us specifically how many jerseys there were for sale. They never did. They never told us exactly how many jerseys were on sale. And so the jerseys sold out for certain players. Like Alyssa Thomas sold out. Nafisa Collier sold out. Angel Reese sold out. Right? Like there were certain jerseys that got sold out. Where's the scandal? I don't get it. Where's the scandal? What's the issue? It's not, see, that's the thing, Amelia, it's not a scandal. I think there are people who are looking for anything negative to say, and they are not. This is not me saying that the commenter, the person who commented that, I am not saying that the commenter is making this a scandal, but I think there are other people who are trying to make this a scandal. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. What's the scandal? There is no scandal. Because I think there's some people that are trying to say, oh, they're trying to inflate and make it seem like Unrivaled is bigger than what it is by claiming these jerseys are sold out. They are sold out. They said it was limited number. They didn't tell us how many that limited number was. That limited number could have been 30 jerseys per athlete. It could have been 500. We don't know. They never said. They said limited number, and they said they would not restock. So they sold out quick. Not a big deal. Now, I really do think that some people try to make a mountain out of a molehill, and this was a molehill that people were making a mountain out of. So I'm just saying. And also, guys, the thing that made these limited even more is because these jerseys that Unrivaled was selling was the authentic jerseys of the players. Whereas, it's like usually like replica, like it's like replica jersey that's like lesser quality and all that other stuff. This was the authentic jerseys. Okay? It was an authentic jersey. And here I'm gonna actually pull it up. Here is what Unrivaled put before they went live, right? Said it's gonna be jerseys of the first 36 Unrivaled players. It is their season 1 authentic jersey. They said when it was gonna go live. They also said that only a limited number of jerseys would be sold. A limited number. All right? Only a limited quantity of jerseys are available at this time and won't be restocked. All jerseys are listed in women's sizing. Authentic equals you can get the same quality and detail as player-worn jerseys. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. L Down says so scandalous. I know, right? I know, right? It's so scandalous. So scandalous. Wayne says it was about 2 minutes to sell out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. For some jerseys, I mean, again, we don't know how many was on sale, and they told us the exact time that it was going to be on sale. So like, there were probably people waiting immediately to buy. I heard someone saying that they had it in their cart and they were ready to check out, and then by the time they was getting ready to check out, the jersey they were about to buy sold out. That happens sometimes because again, we don't know the exact number. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so this is a non-scandal of probably just people who want something to talk about. People who want something to talk about and want something negative to say. They're probably like, "Oh, we haven't talked about Unrivaled yet." Angel was in Unrivaled. Ooh, let's make it a scandal. Let's make it a scandal. Let's get something to talk about. I'm just saying. I am just saying. All right, guys. That's all I got to say. That's all I have to say. That is the stream. The things I wanted to talk about was the fact that Olivia Miles is headed to TCU. That is the big news. She is headed to TCU, guys. TCU, here she goes. Okay? Okay. We also have news that Kate Koval is going to LSU. And we have news that Aaliyah Del Rosario has entered the transfer portal. Okay? Okay. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Today I was hoping to talk about to do a mock draft, but because of the Olivia Miles news, I thought that was more pressing at this moment. And tomorrow, hopefully, assuming no additional breaking news that happens tomorrow morning, we will go through the WNBA draft, my mock draft for that. All right. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Y'all are amazing human beings. Thank you for being an awesome person of the internet. Now, I'm going to say that I'm going to leave with this. Throughout the chat, I saw a lot of people talking about Mylasia Fulwiley entering the transfer portal. I don't believe Mylasia is going anywhere. I believe her family has said she's not going anywhere. I believe, she hasn't indicated anything that lets us think that she is going anywhere. Now, can she? Yes, she's a free person. She can do whatever she wants. She can transfer. Will she? I don't think so. If she transfers, I will be shocked and I will immediately go live for it. Okay, but no, I don't think she's going anywhere at all because she's from South Carolina. She is built into the process. Like she is believing in it. Like this is a Boston Celtics trust the process type of deal. Okay. And I don't think she's going anywhere. All right. So other players may go. I don't think Mylasia is going anywhere. So even though a lot of y'all may want her to leave, I don't think she's leaving. Okay. Okay. I don't think she's leaving. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Make sure to hit that like button. We got like 900 people in the chat and we only got 200 likes. We only have 200 likes. Please make sure to hit that like button before y'all go. Thank you. Calvin says, is Juju staying at Southern Cal? Yeah. And again, that Juju is another player that I don't think Juju goes anywhere. Everybody else may leave. The coach may leave. A lot of stuff may happen. I don't believe Juju is leaving Southern California. I think she is Southern Cal, right? Like that's her deal. Will asked how long do they have to declare for the portal? They have until April 23rd. All right. So players have until April 23rd to declare. The portal will remain open until April 23rd. So there's still players who can enter the transfer portal if they want to. All right. There is still time. There is still time. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day. Hit that like button on y'all way out. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Quita Loves Sports is in the building every single morning to talk about the latest and greatest in women's hoops. So if y'all want to know what's going on, if y'all want to talk about what's going on, if y'all want to just hear whatever other people got to say, join the chat, and join the awesome people of the internet. Guys, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And if you can't have one, like Auntie Tab says, don't go messing up anybody else's day, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? You have a great day. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Until tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.